Well, it's Saturday, first Saturday in November, and it's been a kind of a rough 2 or 3 weeks, but I think I'm surviving all right. Certainly not the same guy I was before that bad day back there, the 13th of October, but I'm getting there. I subbed couple of days in the week, subbed on the 23rd of October, again on the 27th, and on the 30th, and then this last week I subbed 4 out of the 5 days. Did all right in general. Did find a couple of mistakes that I made. One of them was that I put it on the calendar when I took a job for this past Friday, way back before all the trouble began, and didn't check my calendar, so I was a period late getting to work on Friday. But I put in an extra period after I got there, so they got 5 periods out of me for the day. Anyway, hasn't been an easy time. Wasn't very long after the mess up at COPA, when I was afraid that my functioning days were over, that I was out at one of the high schools. No warning in the taking of the job at all that it might be a special ed type of situation. And it was just, I don't know, it was within a week of that terrible 13th of October, if I remember right. And go into the classroom, and the first thing you notice when you open up the subfolder that the teacher left was, "This class is trouble all day long. Don't hesitate," it said, underlined, "to call security early if there's misbehavior." I thought, uh-oh. But sometimes teachers are a little overly sensitive, so, we'll give it a try. First period, kids came in, awful, awful, awful. I realized this man was not overstating anything at all. And I was still in that not too comfortable zone yet. So I called the office of that school and said there was nothing in any way to suggest that this was an unusual class when I accepted it. Had there been, in the week that I've had recently, I would not have accepted this job. And I am just not equipped and able to deal with this kind of a class today. It's the only time in, 14, 15 years of subbing that I refused to go ahead and meet whatever challenges the day provided. And I thought, well, they may hold that against me and that may end the subbing. But I've done a lot of subbing since then. Incidentally, the teacher of that school, the principal, sub-coordinator, I don't know just who put it all together, got a letter from those kids. I guess every one of them maybe had written a little apology. One of them particularly said that you had not to treat old people like that. I don't think you ought to treat any people like that. And I was shocked. It was one of my favorite schools. I would have bet money that that school had not a single class of students that would behave as rudely as those kids were obviously behaving as they came in, and so obviously had been behaving under the guidance of the teacher that was taking the day off. Later, in fact, just this last week, I subbed in a classroom, in fact, yesterday, Friday, where, since I missed that first period, was mixed up in what's my calendar, I took a 6th period, last period of the day, and it was a class that, whoa, these kids are unhappy kids. Well, I hadn't been in there very long. It was algebra. I hadn't been in there very long before I discovered that, whoa, These kids are all students that have failed algebra and are in a second year of algebra. And I said, you know, are all of you in this class taking it for the second time? Several hands went up and said, no. I said, oh, it's your first time? No, 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 they said. This is our third time. I said, kids, I apologize. I've been pretty cross with you, but I'll tell you right now that this is part of what I consider the idiocy of the No Child Left Behind, that they took away the course that we used to call general math, that would let you earn a high school credit doing basic arithmetic, a little more advanced probably than it had in the junior high, but not that much more. Now, you have to pass algebra or you can't graduate from high school, and you can imagine what that's doing to kids that just cannot get it, and who have failed at it enough that they don't believe they can get it. So I said, you know, I'm sorry that the rules are the way they are. Do the best that you can. Turn in a paper so that your teacher knows that you were here and that you did try to do something in the way of doing this assignment that he's left for you. The kid said, hey, you ought to be our principal. I said, you don't understand. Your principal has nothing to say about this. This is a mandate from the federal level, and there's not a thing your principals can do about it, not a thing the teachers can do about it. They can do their best to try to help you learn the algebra, but if you're going to graduate from high school, you're going to have to pass this course. They groaned, but we had a much nicer time for the rest of the period. It was a good day all the way around.